Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we've got some big balance changes, some buffs to Rico, Surge, Daryl, and Buzz, as you can see, and some finally some nerfs to Kit, Bo as well. Unfortunately, I do like playing Bo and a Rosa, so we're going through all of these changes, trying them out for the first time and discussing what I think is good and what is bad. But also expecting some nerfs to Kit, so I'm quite, just pleasantly surprised by some of these buffs, especially Daryl and Rico. I think definitely deserve some buffs. Same with Surge and Buzz. You can see Rico's super damage increased and a bit of super charge rate as well. Some base HP by Surge. Daryl projectile speed increase, which is good. Extra HP to Buzz, his second ever balance change. Bo is received a damage nerf and also a projectile, well, the amount of projectiles needed for super nerf, which a double nerf to Bo I don't think was really necessary. I just think his damage just needs to be turned down a little bit. And then a lot of changes to Kit, so we're going through those and playing Kit for the first time since the nerf in a second. And then a big nerf to Rosa. This is a huge nerf. It now takes 4 ammo to charge that super. That is insane. So let's just test these out for the first time, but I actually want to quickly try out the brand new projectile speed with Daryl. All right, guys, jumping into the first game then. So I want to try out the Daryl buff just because it is the weirdest one out of all of them, I would say, just because most of them HP, etc, but this projectile speed buff is insane. These shots come out so fast. I mean, I'm a bit skeptic though. I don't think he's going to be like this insane brawler. I could be wrong because buffs like this always go under the radar. But again, the hypercharge probably is the biggest problem. So many tanks just simply outclass him. I'm interested to try it once I roll in though and see how quickly I can take down a brawler. Don't think I'm going to have much. I mean, we may as well just go for the Jesse here. Jesse's going to get taken down somewhat quick. I don't know. At least at max range, you're able to get more consistent damage. That's the thing I'm noticing straight away with this Daryl buff. Also, if you guys wonder about Kit, I will be doing that towards the end of the video probably. Of course, that's the one everyone's kind of worried about. Oh, that's a super fast roll. I think that happens sometimes when you get supered whilst mid-roll. But again, big problem with Daryl for me is he just doesn't have a hypercharge. Other tanks like Fang and Rosa, etc, are just able to team wipe a lot easier. Daryl lacks the damage, lacks the HP, so I'm not too sure whether this buff is going to be doing too much for him. Let's try and heal up here. At least we've got the health gear so we can get back to full HP as soon as possible. Again, other brawlers are just way too threatening. Got our super at least here. We're going to have to roll in. I don't know what is happening, and somehow we got the kill. At least, again, the DPS is going to come out much quicker for Daryl, so that can definitely help him out. I don't know. I kind of like it, but it's hard to tell when you're up against a Shelly. Let's just roll in here. Oh, his damage is pretty good overall. We're going to get super by the Shelly, but it doesn't matter. Fang's just going to clean up. Again, there's just a much better version of Daryl right here on Fang. Like, the super's a lot more consistent with Fang. You're able to team wipe easy with Fang. You've got a hypercharge. Why would you ever want to go Daryl? Well, maybe he's going to be an off meta pick. This is what I like about Daryl. He's never like really toxic, but he can be right in the using the right situations. So we're going to try and heal up here. 20 seconds left. Our Fang's just going to go in, try and give us a little bit of breathing space. We're going to go on a Fang because that is the main issue, pretty much. Our Primo's going to be able to save that, and that's going to be the win. So Daryl, I think he's going to be pretty good, but dare I say, I don't think he's going to be moving much. Maybe, I think B tier maximum. I could be very wrong though. Projectile speed buffs have had big implications and nerfs as well in the past. Like, think of Bonnie, for example. A nerf to her projectile speed took her from an S tier brawler to like a D tier brawler. So maybe this could push Daryl right at top. We'll have to try him out more. Let's hop into the next one. Guys, jumping into the next game then. So we're going to be trying out 2 buffs and 2 nerfs. So the second big buff that I'm interested in is definitely Rico. The super damage buff is going to be nice. It's not going to be noticeable straight away, of course, but of course, once we do eventually get our super, we can try it out. I've tried it out for 1 game, but I didn't really get much super charge from the brawlers, so yeah, got to bear that in mind. Of course, Backlub Hole isn't the best map to showcase it off as well, but at least we've got a tank. The more tanks, the more I'm going to absolutely shred through these guys. So I'm just going to pop a gadget here. Should be able to get him down. Again, not really that noticeable, but I think it should just help him against tanks. I think that's the big thing. Like, Rico should be able to counter tanks. He should just be able to deal absurd amount of damage, but right now he gets countered by all of the aggro brawlers pretty much, and that's why it's just nowhere near the meta. So I'm going to use super here. Oh, that was big. I didn't expect to melt Max that quickly, and I've nearly got my next super from just a mid HP brawler. I'm kind of liking it. I'm vibing with it. Again, considering this isn't like a Rico map, I'm still popping off a lot here. Ah, but Jackie's slow is painful. Might be able to get the kill here. Ah, that gadget was terrible. I thought Max was going to dash on me preemptively there. But again, these guys are lined up, and this is where you want to make the play with Rico. You want to line them up as much as possible to cycle your super as fast as possible, and maybe even get a double super off. That's what I love about Rico all of the time. But Max speed, I mean, somehow I killed Max even though she was sped up. Again, not so noticeable at the moment, but I'm really excited to try out some maps like Triple Dribble. Trying to think of other Rico maps that are right now. There's just not a lot of Rico maps. I think a lot of them got removed, especially from the Power League rotation. But I'm still doing my job right here. And if you've seen also on my second channel, there are a few maps in the rotation, like Stay in the Lane, The Great Divide. There's a couple of weirder maps that he's good on, I would say. Let's try 720 damage with a Rico super bullet. I mean, you should just spray him out much quicker. Normally, I kind of hold on to him and wait for a chain, but maybe just throwing him out there because of the insane amount of damage you can deal is the play right now. We'll have to test it out. But I'm happy. Any Rico buff, and I'm extremely happy. We're about to get another super here. Come on, give me one shot to that super. I will just shred that Jackie. I love it. Rico, I think, is going to be a lot stronger. I don't think he's going to be pushing S tier. Could be at the top of B tier, maybe. That's going to be my prediction. But again, we're happy. Rico buff. Let's hop into the nerfs now. Alright guys, so now we're going to be testing out Bo after the big nerfs to him. He received 2 nerfs, 1 to his damage and 1 to his super charge rate. So he used to take 8 shots to get super, now it takes 9. Doesn't sound like the biggest deal, but he's just able to cycle his mines a lot less now, which I don't think that was the biggest problem, but definitely at lower level that probably was a problem. Obviously, I still wouldn't have nerfed it. But the damage was definitely a huge problem. Like 120 less damage per arrow. I think he's just going to be an off-meta pick. To be honest, I think Bo's just going to go from like the best brawler in the game near enough to probably like a C tier brawler. I would say B tier maximum. Just the damage nerf, it's going to hurt him. Other brawlers will just have hypercharges. And, you know, the problem with Bo has always been a lot of times his main attack is quite easy to dodge at a high level. But, you know, when you could get in distance with the newly buffed Bo, you just shredded them. But now it's just, you don't really shred them when you're in range right now. But we should just be able to shred through this Fang a little bit. The Piper knockback, we're able to slot that in. So I noticed a bit of a difference. Maybe being too harsh on Bo, but typically when a brawler gets nerfed 2 times, I can just see him being just like a mid-brawler, to be honest. I don't think he's going to be trash, but he's definitely not going to be strong anymore. Let's hop into Kit now. Alright guys, jumping into the final balance change, which people are talking about the most, of course. It is with Kit. And Kit's received 6 fixes. So a lot of these could be big nerfs, to be fair. But let's see right here. We can jump on the Jackie pretty safe. Hopefully my teammates should be able to take her down afterwards, even if I die. So, okay, the big nerf with Kit that I noticed straight away was the fact that now the opponents can deal damage to you as well when you're jumping on someone. So now you can't just jump in and be invincible. You got to make sure that you're doing it calculated, which I definitely like with Kit. That is one change that I really do enjoy, because before you could just jump in, be invulnerable to any damage, and now you have to be calculated if you want to take anyone down. So I was looking for an opportunity to jump in there, sorry. But yeah, we're going to use Invis. I don't think it's going to make us get out. There were a lot of other changes. The attack damage as well got nerfed from 4,000 to 3,200. So that is a big nerf. Also, they fixed the cardboard box glitch. Before, you used to be able to charge your super automatically. Extra, I mean, from the gadget, which you can't do anymore, which is huge. I absolutely love that. There was also, of course, the bug in Showdown that's been fixed as well, and I think it's been fixed where once you detach, no, you can, I think you can super away from your teammate, and then, oh no, I'm not too sure what they fixed there. Then I'll have to have another look when the game ends. I thought your super came back again, but we're just going to jump on a Piper here just to give Piper some extra HP. And let me have a look and see if there's any other ones. Kit can now be damaged, cardboard box. I think I've gone through pretty much all of them. That's hilarious to me that you can jump with Piper when she uses super. Wait, we're facing Double Fang. After all this waffling, I've just realized Double Fang. That is crazy. That really is crazy. Hopefully we get a super soon. I thought he was going to pop his hypercharge there. But we got super. We're just going to use it on the Fang to take him down. Might be a little bit of a waste, but he's a threat with that hypercharge. We need to take him down ASAP. Okay, Fang's just going to destroy. So any tanks are definitely going to hold counter Kit now, if you're wondering. Like already I said that was the biggest counter, but for sure now, because Kit doesn't have the biggest slaying power anymore. He doesn't do a lot of damage just in a 1v1. We should be able to take down a Fang here. Nice. So their Fang was a little bit dumb there. Probably should have just gone straight for me. Good job, Golden Retriever is goated because he just scored that goal on his own. Buzz buff, maybe that's pretty decent as well. 10k HP with a shield gear. Maybe I should have tried that out. So let me just take a look at the other nerf as well. Kit can no longer attach to respawned Brawler. Well, Brawlers that are respawning, sorry. And let me just take a look in the patch notes for the last one. Fix the issue where Kit could use his super again if he detaches from a friendly player before the current super is completely drained. Okay, I'm not too sure what that issue was. Someone probably tell me in the comment section below. But that is 6 nerfs to Kit. What I think about Kit, I think Kit will still be a really strong brawler. I'm thinking A tier minimum still, because I don't know, like the damage is still insane. Still just being able to stun lock someone is still pretty insane. You can still go invisible for 5 seconds, which I'm not happy about. I don't know why they didn't nerf the duration of that, but still I'm happy. There's some fixes. I don't think it's just going to be completely brain dead broken. Also, the Kit Rosa combination has been nerfed so heavily. I think that affects Rosa's hypercharge rate as well. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if it takes more shots to get his super, then you're gonna cycle hypercharge way less. So I'm happy with these changes altogether. Kind of surprised by them, but yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.